Have you ever wondered in the middle of the night, do animals actually have their own language? And if so, does each species speak differently depending on where they live in the world? Welcome to Midnight Reflections, where curiosity never sleeps. Now, let's find out. Where curiosity never sleeps. We, as humans, communicate through language. We have thousands of words we can use to express our emotions and needs. But language only works when people share the same tongue. If you put a Norwegian next to an Argentinian, chances are they won't understand each other. That makes sense, right? But here's the big question. What if we tried the same idea with animals? If you brought a cat from China and another from Croatia, would they understand each other? Or just stare in confusion? What we do know is that animals have very clear ways of communicating. Dogs bark loudly when they sense danger. Cats raise their fur when they're scared. Peacocks spread their feathers to attract a mate. And ants release chemicals, called pheromones, to guide each other to food. These behaviors made people think that animal communication is simple and limited: food, water, mating, and avoiding predators. But the truth is, it's far deeper than that. Most scientists don't call it language in the human sense, since it doesn't have grammar, vocabulary, or the ability to describe the past or future. But that doesn't mean we should judge animals by human standards. They might have unique systems of communication that serve the same purpose language serves for us. Let's take one fascinating example: prairie dogs. These small rodents live in North America, Mexico, and Canada, gathering in huge colonies with hundreds of individuals. But they're not just living side by side, they build strong social bonds, greeting each other with hugs and even kisses. Even more amazing, they have a highly advanced alarm system. When one spots a predator, it doesn't just run. It describes the threat to the rest of the group. They can identify the type of animal, its color, its size, and even its speed. If it's a dog, they use one call. If it's a hawk, they use a completely different one. Scientists tested this by having volunteers wear the same outfit but in different colors. Every single time, prairie dogs gave distinct calls for each color. Not only that, they could also describe a person's height and even whether the person was carrying a weapon. To this day, no one fully understands how they encode all that detail. But one thing is clear: animal communication is far more sophisticated than we once thought. And here's something even more mind-blowing. Some animals use secret communication that humans and most creatures can't even hear, like the tiny tarsier and elephants. After seeing how animals communicate in fascinating and surprising ways, here comes the bigger question. If an animal from one country meets another of the same species from a completely different part of the world, would they actually understand each other and speak the same language? The surprising answer: no, they don't always speak the same way. Let me explain. Researchers at Cambridge University studied male chaffinches. They brought groups from different locations and recorded the sounds they made. The result? Each group eventually developed its own unique tunes, completely different from the others, almost like regional dialects. In 2016, a similar study was done on another bird called the yellowhammer, and the results were exactly the same. But it doesn't stop with birds. Take whales and dolphins, for example. They usually communicate underwater using clicks and calls that can travel for dozens of miles. But when researchers studied sperm whales in the Caribbean, they found their clicks were different from sperm whales in the Pacific Ocean. It's like saying each group has its own accent. Even more amazing, whales living in the same region sometimes have slight variations in their clicks that identify their specific family group, just like humans with local dialects. And here's another fascinating experiment. Researchers at the University of Pennsylvania studied macaque monkeys. They took 2 infants from northern India and placed them with a Japanese macaque family. Then they did the opposite. 2 Japanese infants raised with macaques in northern India. The result? Each infant kept the language it had learned in its native region. But surprisingly, that didn't stop them from integrating with their new families. They still ate, drank, and interacted normally. So, in simple terms, even if animals have different dialects, they still find ways to communicate and live together. And of course, you already know that likes, shares, and subscriptions are a universal language everyone understands. Now you know. Got more midnight questions? Drop them in the comments. Stay curious, and I'll see you in another Midnight Mystery.